r/Tifu, dear edit, today I fricked up. Tifu by taking a bath for the first time in years. Background, I'm a shower gal. The last time I took a bath was when I was sick, years ago. I'm a teacher under copious amounts of stress from this lovely school year. Today, after a particularly stressful day teaching, I decided I needed to do some self-care. I went to Ulta and was browsing, and I stumbled upon the bath bomb section. In my head I thought, why not? Baths can't be that bad. I always see people in movies relaxing in a bath. Let's give it a try. I carefully selected a pink bath bomb, and that, dear reader, is key to my foo. When I got home I decided to make a night out of it. I got my book, poured myself a glass of wine, put on a bubbling face mask, and I turned on some tunes. I was sitting in the tub and I dropped in the bath bomb. It was pretty and smelled great. In order to soak in the relaxation vibes, I leaned back and gracefully, with my gangly ass elbows flailing about for balance, knocked the wine glass into the tub and the glass shattered instantly. So there I was, in a tub with pink water, broken glass floating everywhere, and bubbles all over my face from the face mask. I tried to wipe my eyes to see, but instead rubbed the bubbles in my eyes. I called for my boyfriend, who runs in and sees me crying from the soap, surrounded by glass and bloody pink water. He then sees the 3-inch long shard of glass jutting out of my back. After a mini freak out on his part, he fished out all the glass, yanked that sucker out of my back, and had to flush out my eyes, because by that point they were burning, and I was hysterical. 0/10 would not recommend taking a bath to de-stress. TL. Doctor baths are overrated, unless you are a graceful swan who can control their appendages. Edit. A lot of people keep saying that glass doesn't float, so this is fake. I used the wrong word, guys. I didn't mean like floating on the top, but rather mixing in with the water / flowing around any time I moved. My movement stirred it around. Sorry for the confusion. Tifu by temporarily breaking up with my Dutch girlfriend after declaring my love. This happened about 7 years ago. I'm South African and was dating a Dutch girl at the time. For those of you who don't know my home language, Afrikaans and Dutch are pretty similar. Linguistically speaking, we have about a 70% overlap in vocabulary, words, however the meaning of the same word in both languages sometimes means something totally different. I was dating this girl for around 9 months. She flew down to South Africa, and I took her to one of our national parks on one of the weekends. On the last evening of her visit, we were sitting next to a large open lake. As I looked at her, a sudden rush of emotions occurred. I took her hands in mine, looked her in the eyes and said, in English, "I love you." This was the first time I've said that. For a moment I thought I caught her off guard, but she looks at me with a straight face and says in Dutch, "Ik hou van jou," which in Afrikaans means "I like you." I felt this strong pain hit my chest, as we had already talked about moving in together, etc. This hit me so hard that I couldn't look at her. Still needing to keep face, I said, "I think we should go back to the hotel." Over the course of the next few hours I became ever increasingly distant. She wanted to initiate sexy time, but I kept rejecting her attempts, saying that I'm not in the mood. The next morning we checked out and we drove to the airport. Upon arrival, I dropped her off departure's gate and thanked her for a lovely time. Told her that things have become clearer to me over the course of the evening, and that I don't think we should see each other anymore. She, of course, burst into tears, took her bags, and left my car. We didn't text for 2 days. On the 3rd day she sent me a text asking why I broke up with her. I explained that it hit me really hard, that I declared my love for her, and my feelings weren't reciprocated. Perplexed, she phones me, and the mature asshole that I am, I rejected the call. She sends me a voice note saying she doesn't understand, as when I said I loved her, she said it back. Long story short, apparently the word how that is like in Afrikaans means love in Dutch. Man did I frick up. In the end we could laugh about it and decided never to speak in Dutch again. We only lasted another 8 months after this incident though for other reasons. TL. Doctor, I declared my love for my Dutch girlfriend and she responded in Dutch with I like you. I broke up with her the next day and was only later informed that the word like in Afrikaans means love in Dutch. Edit 1. For some context, there were other, more serious issues that occurred and this was the straw that broke the camel's back. One was that she was actually in a relationship with someone else, and I was the side guy as she didn't think I would leave my job and life in SA to move to NL. Edit 2. What happened afterwards some people asked. Well, I moved to the Netherlands for her, and she then moved in with me. She didn't work, and well let's just say she really liked Africans, had a lot of spare time, while I was at work, and apparently one African wasn't enough to satisfy her. Tifu by asking my teacher about her private adult life. Now, it should be noted, this story happened when I was much younger. Yeah, I get it, I was a dumb kid, you don't need to remind me. I've always been a very curious person and have procured information that I often will never need. One of the best ways to gain knowledge is to ask questions, so I do a lot. Sometimes it's for the better, often it's for the worse. Let's cut to the chase. When I was in 3rd grade, I had 2 teachers, one for the morning and one for the afternoon. The one we will be speaking about today is my afternoon teacher. Her name was Mrs. Virgin at the time. I thought a virgin was someone originally from the Virgin Island. If you are from America, you're American. If you're from Canada, you are Canadian. British. Makes sense, right? So when I thought about her name, curiosity got the best of me. So I waddled up to my teacher blissfully unaware and stated the dire inquiry me, Mrs. Virgin, I have a question. Mrs. Virgin, go ahead sweetie, and then I ask it, are you a virgin? She gasps, stares at me for a moment, regains her composure, grabs my shoulder, and says not an appropriate question. I, still unaware of what I had just asked, simply said okay and waddled off to the bus. As I rode home I had wondered what I had said wrong. It was in the back of my mind, so I eventually forgot about it until a couple years ago when I remembered the story and realized what I had asked. I swore to myself I would never tell a soul, but here I am, bored and typing a story to 16.5 million people. Hope you enjoyed my suffering. TL. Dr. Dumbkid asks if teacher is a virgin. Tifu by asking my 100% deaf-born girlfriend of 2 years if she'd ever played Bop It. Honestly, the story behind this isn't too exciting, but the accidental punchline had everybody, including my deaf girlfriend, laughing pretty damn hard. Edit. Title typo. It's Bop It. 2 words. One thing I love to do after a long day of work is sitting my butt down in front of my monitor, ripping a joint, and playing Xbox with some friends. Long story short, that's exactly what I did. I got super high, was playing games with my friends, when Bop It got brought up in conversation. So, my high ass turns to my girlfriend on the couch next to me and signed, without speaking, did you ever play Bop It growing up? My girlfriend so innocently just signs back, WTF is that? Edit. For those that don't know, Bop It is a speed and coordination toy from the mid-90s that requires hearing to play. Guys, it took me a good 20-30 seconds before I realized what I just asked my 100% deaf girlfriend of 2 years. The shame I felt. Anyway, I told the boys online. Everyone had a solid laugh, including my hell of a good sport girlfriend. TL. Doctor, I got high while playing video games w/friends when Bop It was brought up in convo. Asked my Bond FGF of 2 years if she'd ever played it. Surprisingly enough, no, she had not, and I felt incredibly stupid. What, the video is already over? Have no fear, more videos can be found on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like and subscribe. Who knows, you might receive a cookie.